The award was conferred in 1998, and until her death in 2015, she continued to weave and promote the art of tinalak weaving. An eloquent tribute was written for her upon the award's conferment. Using abaca fibers as fine as hair, Lang Dulay speaks more eloquently than words can. Images from the distant past of her people, the Tiboli, are recreated by her nimble hands. The crocodiles, butterflies, and flowers, along with mountains and streams of Lake Cebu, South Cotabato, where she and her ancestors were born, filled the fabric with her longing to be remembered. Weaving, Lang Dulay does what she can to keep her people's traditions alive. It is not hard to see why weaving tinalak is a tedious process. Lang Dulay knows 100 designs, including the buling langit or clouds, the bankiring or hair bangs, and the kabangi or butterfly. Each one special for their stories. Using red and black dyes, she spins her stories with grace. Her textiles reflect the wisdom and visions of her people. Lang persists in doing things the old, if harder way to give voice to the songs of the elders before her. Her textiles are judged excellent because of the fine quality of the yarn, the close interweaving of warp and weft, the precision in forms and in patterns, the chromatic integrity of the dye, and the consistency of the finish. Upon learning that she was being considered to be one of the gawad sa Balitang Bayan, tears of joy fell from her eyes. She thought of the school that she wanted to build, a school where women of her community could go to perfect her art. The school was to become a reality. One might even say the very reason for Lang's existence. And like any true artist mentor, she devoted her remaining years to teaching her granddaughters and other young weavers. When age limited her time at the loom, she concentrated on creating new designs for the younger ones to execute. A stroke left her comatose for 3 months to her death at 86 on April 3, 2015. Until that stroke, she continued to teach. Many came to mourn, including fellow Gamaba artists. Lang was buried with traditional Tiboli as well as state and military honors near her home in the village of Lang Dulay. Tiboli chanter Rosie Sula offered a haunting and poignant performance. Her chant resounded with the sentiment, "Your legacy will remain." In Tiboli lore, the spirit of an important ancestor such as Lang Dulay was welcomed to Lemlunay, the paradise where there was always music and feasting. From here, she would watch over the school that she had set up and the 40 weavers she had trained. Among them, her granddaughters. The words written in 1998 about there being only a few Tiboli traditional weavers left had been reversed, all because of Lang Dulay and the school she left behind. Today, Lang Dulay's dream of a school for Tiboli weavers remains a living reality.
Sa loob ng 3 taon, pinarami natin ang mga pampublikong ospital at specialty center. Nariyan na rin ang 53 bukas center sa 32 lalawigan sa bansa. May libreng check-up, x-ray, lab test at iba pa. Ito ay para sa agarang serbisyong outpatient na hindi na kailangan magpa-confine pa sa ospital. Asahan ninyo, marami pa ang ating bubuksan na bukas.
Dayaw last visited the school that Lang Dulay had established, we met the members of her family, into whose hands had fallen the responsibility of sustaining the matriarch's vision. In traditional Tiboli society, weaving is restricted to women. But here was Charlie Dulay, grandson of Lang, now a weaver as well as the manager of the Lang Dulay Weaving Center.
Sebab beliau dah bilang beh Lang Dulay, no yo mak tanalak laklanah bakom Tiboli. No laklanah bakom ngak lemnek, ani laklanah nyom unkan hulung kom Tiboli melam yom mak tanalak. Kayom tanalak dumit habantu bakom Tiboli tribu nagamang bakot benmu baleksibu.
Charlie tells us that his grandmother taught him to weave because she saw that he had a skill and an interest.
Bayo mak tanalak, yo kailangan bayo. Lako, lemon bak menagi. Hobe syurkat yom kenagi. Sak syurkat yom kenagi, angat lagwah dutum kenoyo. Laka hanggan nagam nebutum bak kebutin. Manga tu uras, keengat bentedu kedak kegefuten belem yom kehulung du mak tanalak. Nehen manga bak limu halai am nyode. Lako pakai tu han selam du. Kai kan selam mak du tanalak, yo gefut belem des 10. Des lemutek.
Charlie is fully aware that as a man in a modern world, he must go beyond the traditional restrictions of gender to achieve a more important goal of sustaining his grandmother's legacy.
Kai ba gono moy dumak du yam tanalak. Kai ba ye satu rasulun bayo adu ngan libun. Na satu han bayo kadang tu haye ben sebut gonong tama bado yo bukan hulung. Gono man doa no yo hal hulung. Kai ba hulin kedaw. Lakson benidu bapan pamilya Lang Dulay ngak lem dak ngat. Moyo menagi mak tanalak kundik gamong biyo kum du musicu or du barangkai. Gono man do mak tanalak interesado mak do man biye kai tala mawin. Adeng Tuhan.
Sebulan Dulay is one of the 2 wives of Lang Dulay's lone surviving son, Florencio. She is also considered a master weaver in her own right.
Nak buat kemak tenalak dan wotan kabutan ko betu ketabang gafot besamdang gafot keteng do yo bird na tu ka tu talakan lurao mafot kebodo na kol kesunsu na gafot makai kenalong na yo talakan da obehem yo na bedeng kekai do kenalong.
Having no daughters of her own, she encouraged Charlie to learn from his grandmother.
Kem ngak lem ne ko tetamalak kem ngak kesak lak moyo le samalu du tu nama bet tefnilit lo putama bel mak ngak putalak anik le berkelanan pun hulung be.
Josephine Malanao came from her home far away to share her memories of Lang.
Yang kuah hubuk be, teganai go nang temalak labi yang ketabang sedung. Tambang afat kol ba samdang, makai makal, aminin afat kol ba design, kol ba mawal. Yom kuah hubele an tay manay nawahan so sir. Aminan igaan tu tamalak da igaan alas game alas mong gagahalawan ng dao kaya ko yuso lamambing sa tamalak na ando ko kasungatan na nabeli an yung tay hal na mo amni man ani gamtobong ba pamilya ham de kamiwal nga aminan ba ani gamtobong ba lagi man bala udi.
Josephine remembers how Lang not only taught the women how to weave, but how to be a true tiboli.
Yo gahada mo belaan sir babe baadatan namanan halkan bang nawaham na mo be ang baya tan baho kay ni mo di bilang handa mambele o kahalana ni go na tumalak kuy ani lalana ni kuy kocho hulin ka daw na hal kan bang nawaham yung gunam lamawil.
Lang Dulay is considered a master weaver in her own right. A granddaughter and for many years Lang's weaving partner, she was handpicked and mentored by Lang herself. Though she dropped out of school after grade 1, she does not regret that she did not finish school just so she could devote herself to weaving.
Baru daw hana kebut be kaman ni so nama hana udi ke lalau ke be yang tembut tolak kana hana udi la malan ko manangi aminan tolak kana tembang na apa tekol semdang kedeng kata tolak kanda aminan bebed na mawad balok daw nga noyo nga tolak ko kam nga ani la lanan na yem tembaho be na noyo tumalak ko kanga lemlem.
With her memory of Lang's design repertoire and her ability to reproduce the 40 of the 100 design patterns that Lang taught her, she remains the most important bearer of Lang's legacy.
Salamat to babe. Nya dang katay be na son na matebang handa mo bele na nim kun tanbaho na kato tabalan daos na kato den tangono yang bantadu yang hamaan dao. Tebang salamat to babe. Na lagabakan lana yung kun kanhulong na tabalan takom.
Lang left behind a large family and was their primary breadwinner. There were 18 grandchildren and 40 great-grandchildren. Noemi was the closest to her grandmother.
Kay gahada mo babe yung katayan
anak kalawil ang laan halobo sa kalakan aw. Sa kaluda yung tambaho sa gamanan. Bem hanuda ni nomini na ma'am. Ni sugonom angat matano yung kalawil ang bauling kadaw ya kamalan ugono managi. Ni yung sadaw kateh na mo babe. Papat ni nadang katay tiga hada mo yung ben na yung tinakan daw nga ni tambaho na mao nila. Laan mo yung kahamogo sa bawag. Naman ni ko kalifat yung tambaho tabalukoy. Yan is dagat pang kahada mo babe.
The center strives to keep on producing tinalak, but with Lang gone, the question of survival looms ever more pressing. Though Lang's weaves were the most sought after, all weavers had a chance to sell their products. Lang Dulay's passing has opened up many questions about the sustainability of a traditional craft built around a legendary persona. Yes, Lang Dulay popularized Tiboli Tinalak, but our own consumerist values have come to identify Tinalak with Lang Dulay and Lang Dulay alone. Perhaps unwittingly, we have transformed the traditional craftsman into an artist in the contemporary mode. The craft that Lang Dulay so tirelessly taught, could it eventually be doomed because we think that no piece of tinalak will ever be as good as one woven by Lang Dulay herself? That would be a great disservice to all the artisans who had sought to master the weaving of tinalak. A great disservice to all traditional craftsmen who simply create without signatures or names. Craftsmen who want only to pass on their skills while surviving.
Ang pinaka-importante po sa akin bilang mamamahayag is to shine the light on important issues para higit silang maintindihan. More than the rhetoric over and above the debate, ang pag-uusap po natin ay magbubunga ng mga idea at solusyon. At yung mga solusyon na yan ang maaring maging basihan para sa konkretong aksyon. Ayan mga kaibigan, halina po kayo at pag-usapan natin.
Tutukan tuwing Lunes at Huwebes alas 8 ng gabi. Dito lang sa PTV.
Tiboli women exemplify the aspects of their culture that animated Lang Dulay's work. Barbara Ofung is a master weaver whose skill is renowned to match the late Lang Dulay's.
Bangir ba tawago, talak ye, taganay kini, bayo. Lembo mogo ba hito folo. Galaan ni limo fala mogo ba hito fala timbaw terok na mao yo da handem terok na mao ami yo tu sunan lama to bet ku terok ma.
Her textiles show a mastery of traditional motifs as well as the tight weaves and detailed compositions that make for prized yekumu, the most important and valuable of the Tiboli textiles. Her signature is the brilliant finish on her pieces, a glossy sheen that comes when the finished textile is subjected to meticulous polishing with beeswax. A shell is repeatedly rubbed across the surface to further polish the textile surface. Barbara's masterful Yekumu offers a new perspective on the dynamics of Tiboli design. Her work does not rival Lang's. It is separate and different but equal in value. Another Tiboli artist worthy of note is Rosie Sula, who so eloquently eulogized Lang at her funeral. She is not a weaver, but a chanter and dancer. Her mastery of the Tiboli oral tradition is seen in this footage from an earlier season of Dayaw. Like Lang, who was her friend and idol, Rosie is a teacher, passing on two kinds of knowledge. The knowledge of the school, of reading and writing and arithmetic, as well as the important knowledge of Tiboli traditional culture.
Who encouraged me is my grandchildren, So they did not eat the root crops. They encouraged me to go to the mall and eat in the Jollibee. So that's why I feel very hurt why they don't like to eat kamuti, the cassava, all of our foods. So that's encouraged me to go back, to restore back, to revive the best culture, the best aspects and the best agriculture and the best architect. So, hindi nga nila nakilala ano yung gono hofo, gono udi, lawig tonok, angat, fall, all of those things. They never recognize that and they never see it even one here in Lake Cebu.
Through these women, both still living, we see how Lang Dulay's artistry was a product of a living and dynamic culture. The bearers of this culture are women of strength and beauty and soul, all reflecting the range of traditional Tiboli culture. It was the very fabric that bound Tiboli life, culture, social values, mythology, and relationships.
Gamayok na ako sa do. Nga sa kagamabot mabad. Nga gabagagahada mo be. Na dumon sa kapano santo sa wanoga. Amin man yung tulad udi nga benaso. Toro ga makik sa tano be kalayok na ako. So aning kataganda mo be sa bigatingalo tulanan. Yan naman to sa bayon to baga yung kagano mo do.
COVID-19 virus and its effects on tourism, what future does Lang Dulay's dream face? What future is there for the students who have learned her skill? The textile they were taught to weave is only the end product of their own skill, their personhood. They are, in a sense, more important than their weaves. We can only hope that the spirit ancestor Lang Dulay watches over her wards from the paradise that is Lang Dulay. May she guide them from the past through this uncertain present and into the new changed world where their work and their skill will find its place. Now more than ever, our support of their work ensures that Lang Dulay's skill survives and thrives in many other hands, in many other weavers and their dreams.
Kalau ko Tom jagonan hayu kagano mudu di dag ketanan da goberno. Jagonan hayu kagano mudu legal. Hasa mudu. Kemen te kembe bali mesti. Ini kagak hanagi gonon liga nawa.
This is Lauren Legarda for Dayaw. Our knowledge, our pride.